In this lesson, we will be calculating federal and provincial income tax. A professional hockey player earned $3.1 million in salary last year. How much income tax must he pay? Because he earned income over $135,054, he falls under bracket 4. Therefore, the first $43,561 will be taxed at 25%. The next $43,562 will be taxed at 32%. The next $47,931 will be taxed at 36%, and the rest will be taxed at 39%. The first step is to calculate how much of his earnings fall into the fourth tax bracket. To calculate the fourth tax bracket earnings, subtract the first, second, and third bracket maximums from the annual income. The annual income is $3.1 million. Subtract from this $43,561, $43,562, and $47,931, which are the first, second, and third bracket maximums. This amounts to $2,964,946 in fourth tax bracket earnings. The next step is to calculate how much income tax is paid in each bracket. Income tax can be calculated by adding together the income tax from each bracket. The income tax can be calculated by adding the first, second, third, and fourth bracket tax together. To calculate the tax for each bracket, multiply the tax rate by the pay for each individually. For the first bracket tax, multiply 25% by $43,561. For the second bracket tax, multiply 32% by $43,562. To calculate the third bracket tax, multiply 36% by $47,931. To calculate the fourth bracket tax, multiply 39% by $2,964,946. Divide the percentages by 100 to convert them to decimal form. When you do these calculations, you are left with $10,890.25 for the first bracket, $13,939.84 for the second bracket tax, $17,255.16 for the third bracket tax, and for the fourth bracket tax, it amounts to $1,156,328.94. When you add these amounts together, you are left with an income tax amount of $1,198,414.19. Therefore, the hockey player paid $1,198,414.19 in income tax. There is an alternative way to solve this problem. Because he paid the full first, second, and third tax bracket amounts, those calculations can be skipped and replaced by $42,085.25, which is the maximum of the first three bracket amounts. The first step is to calculate how much of his income is in the fourth bracket and then calculate the income tax for that bracket. To calculate how much income is in the fourth bracket, subtract the maximum amounts from the first, second, and third brackets from the annual income. This results in the fourth bracket earnings being $2,964,946. To calculate the income tax, add the first, second, and third bracket tax to the fourth bracket tax. The first, second, and third bracket tax, we were told, was $42,085.25. To calculate the fourth bracket tax, multiply the fourth bracket tax rate by the fourth bracket pay. The fourth bracket tax rate is 39% and the fourth bracket pay is $2,964,946. Divide the percentage by 100 to convert it to a decimal. When you multiply 0.39 by $2,964,946, you are left with a fourth bracket tax of $1,156,328.94. When you add $42,085.25 to $1,156,328.94, you are left with an income tax of $1,198,414.19. Therefore, the hockey player paid $1,198,414.19 in income tax.